I drove out to their new condo the following Sunday. It was small, nothing like the sprawling house I'd grown up in. My mother answered the door and froze in shock before pulling me into a desperate hug. My father was sitting in a recliner, looking frail but still imposing somehow. When he saw me, he struggled to stand. "Don't," I said, "I'm not staying long." We talked awkwardly about nothing important at first. The weather, Emma's classes, my recent trip to Japan for a client. Then finally, he cleared his throat. "I've had a lot of time to think," he said, "about what kind of legacy I'm leaving. Not the business. That's gone now. But what my children will remember about me." He looked me in the eye, really looked at me, maybe for the first time since I was a teenager. I was raised believing a man's worth was in his work, in providing. Art wasn't work to me. I couldn't understand how my son could throw away a sure thing for something so risky, but you proved me wrong in every way possible. He gestured around the modest condo. "I followed all the rules, did everything right, and ended up here. You followed your passion and built an empire. That magazine said your agency is worth 8 figures now." I nodded. We'd recently been valued for a potential merger at $12 million, though I had no intention of selling. "I'm not here to ask for money," he continued. "I wouldn't take it even if you offered. My pride's taken enough hits. I just wanted you to know I see you now. I see what you've accomplished, and I was wrong to stand in your way." It wasn't a tearful reconciliation. There was too much history for that, but it was a start, a crack in the wall we'd built between us. I stayed for dinner. My mother had made my favorite childhood meal, though I hadn't had it in years. We talked about Emma's future, about my company, even a little about my art, which my father still clearly didn't fully understand but was trying to appreciate. As I was leaving, he handed me a small, worn, leather-bound book. "Your grandfather's sketchbook," he said. "I should have given this to you years ago." Inside were drawings my grandfather had done. Landscapes, portraits, designs for furniture he'd built. Art that had been hidden away because it didn't fit with my father's narrative of our family. "There's more of him in you than there is of me," my father said. Maybe that's not such a bad thing after all. I didn't forgive him that day. Real forgiveness would take time if it came at all. But I did start to understand him better. How his own father had pushed him into the car business. How fear of failure had driven his whole life. How seeing me succeed by breaking all his rules had shattered his worldview.